Hi everyone, I'm Shelly from There's No Place Like Home at redheadmom8.wordpress.com. We're in the middle of July now, and if you live in a state that requires any sort of interaction with the school district or with the educational bureaucrats, now is probably the time that you're getting ready to file your paperwork. So I really thought that it would be a good time for me to discuss something really, really important to you that I have noticed happening with a lot of people who live here in Pennsylvania. Because here in Pennsylvania, we have to give a notarized affidavit by August 1st to the school district, along with a list of objectives. And what I really, really want to reiterate to you today is that the school district is not your friend. And the reason that I am saying this is because I posted a video last year about 3 reasons why you should not overcomply with your state homeschool laws. And I will actually link to that in the bottom. And this really has to do with that. Because what I've seen happening lately is a lot of people were talking about how the school district will ask them for things that are not required by our homeschool laws. Now, keep in mind, I'm talking about Pennsylvania, but this goes for any state with the homeschool laws that you have. So just because I'm here in PA, it doesn't mean that this won't apply to you at all. So anyway, so what they're talking about is how their school districts are asking information of them that is not required by the law. And one thing that I have actually seen several people say is that the people at their school district are really nice, and since they're nice, they don't mind giving them that information. And I cannot stress to you enough how much you should not do that. And it really goes back to the fact that 20 or 30 years ago, homeschool pioneers at that time, they didn't have things as easy as we did. A lot of times they had to hide the fact that they were homeschooling, and there were a lot of court battles over this. So they worked so hard to get us to the point that we have these rights, these homeschool rights in our states. And although every state is different, we have it so much easier than they did during those times. And they fought and fought and fought to get us to not have to be controlled so much by the school districts or by, the educational bureaucracy. So what is happening is when you are giving the school district information that is not required by law, you are basically trampling on the work that has been done by those homeschool pioneers. And the reason that I say this is because, have you ever heard if you give them an inch, they'll take a mile? Well, you know what? I know firsthand from my own school district that is certainly the case. And no matter how nice your school district is to you, no matter how pleasant they are when you interact with them, no matter how polite they are, the fact of the matter is that they're not there to be your friends. And if you think about it, if someone is asking you for something that they are possibly aware is not really required, of course they're going to be really nice to you when they're asking you for it, because they want you to give them that additional information. So when you do give in and give that information to them, what ends up happening is if you have one family here giving additional information and then another family saying, oh, they're so nice, I don't mind giving that, and then another family, what is going to happen is that those families who are adhering to the homeschool law, strictly adhering to the homeschool law and not giving them anything further, it is going to start to look to the school district as if they are not complying, when in fact they are. The other people are over complying. And that is going to cause a lot of hassles for those families who really are following the law. And it's just not something that we really want to get into, because, little things, they might start with little things. Like in our school district, they keep asking for the birth date of kids. And yeah, you know what? I'm guilty of the same thing. I have already given the birth date to the school district because I thought, oh, well, they're nice. It's just their birth date. But then I really started to realize that these little things are going to get bigger and bigger and bigger until they are going to start asking things that are worse than birth dates. So like in my school district, they still keep asking for our standardized test results, and they are not privy to them according to the Pennsylvania homeschool law. Only the evaluator sees the test scores. And now with my school district, since I am very firm with them that that is not the law, they don't ask me for the test results anymore, because they know as well as I do that that is not required. But when they send out their paperwork each year, they still put down that homeschoolers have to give a letter from the evaluator, and they have to give the standardized test scores if applicable. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. Applicable, because in Pennsylvania they only have to take them in 3rd, 5th, and 8th grade. So that's what they're doing. So although they know that they are not allowed to do this, they are still trying to get away with asking people to hand this in, because there are going to be families who don't know the law as well as I do, or even as well as they should. Or you're going to have new homeschooling families who have never done this before and are just, going to do it because the school district told them to. But the fact is that these are the things that are starting to happen. And that's why it is so important to you that you know your state homeschool law, stand your ground, and do not give them anything that is not required by law. Okay, and that is just really the message that I want to share with you today, because as you can see, anti-homeschooling news is all over nowadays. There are so many pieces. It's like the media really loves to point out when something goes wrong with the homeschooling family. They love to just completely keep expounding on the fact that they were homeschooled, and they keep repeating it over and over and over and over again. And things like this aren't going to help, because what's going to end up happening is, if you have all of these homeschoolers who are willingly giving additional information, they are going to start restricting our rights further, and we cannot let that happen. Let's have some respect for the homeschool pioneers who came before us. Let's have some respect for people like the Homeschool Legal Defense Association, HSLDA, who are there to defend our rights. Let's make things easier for them by knowing our law and putting our foot down when it comes to this sort of thing. So that's all I have for you today. I know I just made a video yesterday and now I'm posting this one today, but this was so important that I bring up that I just had to get it out there. So if you like this video, you can give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave one down below. I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. I would love if you would share this video. Get this out there so that other homeschoolers are reminded of the fact that we have laws for a reason, and our laws are not there for us to make friends with the school district. And I should add that I'm not saying that you should be rude to your school district or that you should try to cause trouble with them. Be polite with them, but be firm and know what it is that you truly do have to give to them. So anyway, if you haven't subscribed yet and would like to hear more of what I have to say, I would love if you would do that. And I hope you have a great day.